standard you have to be like, all right, I'm going to let the full-time job go and do this full-time? Like, what is that measure of success for you?
For me, the funny thing is there isn't like a concrete thing. I think it would just be the right opportunity. So do what you want to do. I still wouldn't leave my job, is what I'm saying. But if someone came and said, you have an opportunity to open up for, I mean, it don't even have to be like an A-list artist. Like, you have an opportunity to open up for Fabulous for a tour that's only 30 days. I would leave my job to do that. Because while the $40K I could put into a lot of stuff and invest it, I don't necessarily need to be away from the office to do that. I could put that with the money I'm already making and do it. With the Fabulous opportunity, for example, it's not about, I really believe in doing 30 shows or 20 shows, however many it is, within a month. At each one of those shows, I'm going to gain 1 million fans, and then I'll be famous by the end of the month. No, it's that I believe that I'm such a good performer and such a good networker that every city I go to, every behind-the-scenes person that I meet within those 30 days, it will lend itself to that the following month winding up on someone else's tour, and then the following month winding up on someone else. You know what I mean? So it's more of like the right opportunity that I feel like will give me the courage to make that leap of faith than like a financial gain or something like that.
Got it. And what would you say to some person who's just graduated, who's struggling with the decision of either going to pursue their dream or like going kind of status quo and getting the job that will give you a good life, it'll help you provide for yourself. If you have a family, it'll help you provide. If they're struggling with that, like, what advice would you give to them?
There's a song right now. I'm trying to think which song it was. It's called I Get Up. And it's by...
Did you just rap it under your breath?
I was trying to remember it. There's a what? You got to remind yourself of the song, right? What's the song called? Yeah, it's called "I Get Up." It's by J. Cole, who's an artist that Jay-Z recently signed. And in the song, he says, "Granted, 9 to 5 is how you survive. I ain't trying to survive. I'm trying to throw my mama in rides." And to me, that kind of sums up what my answer would be. It would be this. Yes, a 9 to 5 job will have you surviving. It will make sure that there's food on your table. It will make sure that your children, that your wife or whoever your girlfriend is fed or whatever. But because my parents had me at such a young age, and most of the people that I know's parents had them at such a young age, I've really never seen the blueprint to what happens when you're 25, 24, 22 even, with no kid, with not one person who you're legally responsible for. And I would say if you're listening to this and you don't have someone else who you're legally responsible for, I would say that you should strive for more than surviving. Yes, surviving. Because at the end of it, if you really believe you're a smart, competent person, if the 1% chance that you don't make it, which I even hate to say things like that, is that I fully believe the day I get up and say, all right, I'm just going to go do the resume thing. I know I can do it. I know I can network. I know I could get back to do the typical stuff. But I don't want to go that route. And I don't think people should, unless you're feeding another person, I don't think you should have to settle for that. I mean, you know this. We're sitting here doing this interview for your company, and it's like, people like you are inspiration too, because the people who have individuality, I feel like, are seen as weird because the norm is to be a sheep. Like the norm, you know what I mean? And that's why so many people are like, wow, you really left your job to go do... It isn't because necessarily that they think you can't do it, but it's that fear of like, if she could do that, why am I so scared to leave my job?
Force you to look at yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah.
So since we've started, like not literally now, but since I've known about, your music and all that, what things have you done?
Well, it depends. When did you learn about me doing music? Was it when the Maybe Tomorrow video was?
Well, yeah, right before it dropped.
Okay. So that would be like within the last year. I would say I have done over 24 showcases in New York City.
Oh, wow.
So that's the Bowery, that's Times Square Arts Center, that's places in Brooklyn, that's New Eurekan Poets Cafe. This Thursday I'm doing a thing called Suit Dreams. That's at Karma Lounge downtown, which is, if I can do a small plug, which is it's going to be a charity event to raise money to buy 32 suits for prom for some young men in the city who can't afford it otherwise. So just different events like that. I've done like 24, 25 of those. I just did I did a paid show, my first paid show actually.
Yeah, that's me clapping.
It was actually in February. I did a paid show at a middle school in Harlem.
Okay.
A principal who had gotten wind of my things, and she called me in to do a Black History Month kind of performance, and that was cool. And then I did my second paid show where DePaul University flew me out and had me up in a hotel and paid for me. as well.
Yeah. Moving on up in the world.
So, I'm trying. But those are some of the things. And then I released my second mixtape, maybe tomorrow too, which came out in, what's today? This is May? Mm-hmm. March 25th. I'm sorry, I'm bugging. Came out in March. And so that was really dope too. And I've gotten a lot of good blog postings online. Mm-hmm. So some big blogs like Nah Right, hip hop blogs, Nah Right on Smash. DJ Enough put me up on his blog. So I'm just, I'm just grinding, just trying to take it up to a higher level this year.
So what's the next step for you?
For me, honestly, is to really, as this fall approaches, is to book a lot of college shows. I'm trying to get to the point where hopefully I'm like, I can't keep my full-time job because I need to be on the road doing it. But so I would say more college shows because the college shows will inevitably lead people to going online. And once they're online, that's what the labels want to see. This upcoming year is really trying to become a stronger viral presence, I think. Because everything else is there. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, okay, I can meet people for the next year and all of them are going to say the same thing. Hey, what about your Twitter? So it's about trying to get that up.
And do you have help? Like how is this all? You're a one-man show?
I'm trying to get better at, I guess, asking people for help or letting people help me who are interested in doing so. I have a good friend, Phil Taylor, who has been like my right hand in terms of everything that I've needed. Mm-hmm. He came out with me to the college show, and hopefully he would come out with me to all the other ones. But he's helped out a lot, and I'm open for people helping me. But this is probably something that a lot of y'all who are listening to this will go through too. You want so bad for your dream to come true that when you leave, like when I leave this interview, I'm still going to be on the train thinking about how can I make my dream come true. When I go to sleep tonight, I'm still going to be, how can I make my dream come true? And my kind of hesitation in giving responsibility over to someone else or multiple people is I can't be sure that they're always thinking about how can my dream come true. Maybe when I'm sitting with them, they're thinking that, and maybe when they're like in their work zone, but I have to always remember to them, it's no different from when I come and do my 9 to 5, meaning this is a job for them. Mm-hmm. And they have their own dream that they're going to, you know what I mean? And so I have to get better at balancing that and saying, I have to, know how to trust people more.
Yeah. I've been on this chase for a while, man. I've seen a lot of obstacles, a lot of hurdles, but I never slowed down. I know I'm going to catch it soon. Down.